Hi, this is Mark Jones from K-Country Radio in Anoka. Do you mind if I get a few words with you?
Oh, certainly.
All right, how's things been going down there this weekend?
Oh, real good. We're about to wrap it up tonight, and it's just been a great weekend.
All right, sounds good. Now, I'm sure you've probably been asked this question a million times, but how did you get hooked up with David Frizzell and get that duet situation going?
Oh, Mike, are we on the air?
Well, no, I'm taping this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, well, how did David know what now?
How did you two get together and start the duet thing going?
Well, actually, it was through David's younger brother, Alan Frizzell, who is my husband, and we met in Nashville when we were both on the road with my mom's show. And so we soon went to California after that, and David was working out there. And so we kind of teamed up with David and ended up working with him in clubs for about 3 or 4 years. And then what happened was David was going down to a studio to put down a couple of songs for a publishing company, and he felt that one of them would make a good duet. He decided to change it, and I was the girl in the band and everything, so he asked me to sing it with him. And then it just kind of, we were very fortunate because Snuffy Garrett got a hold of the tape because it was being pitched around to some of the producers for David, a label. And when Snuffy Garrett heard the duet song in particular, well, he wanted to put us together and record us together for an album.
Okay, sounds good. And then I suppose that was a big boost to have that first song, You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma, picked to be in the soundtrack from that Clint Eastwood movie, too. Oh,
I tell you what, we've never heard any better news. Because what happened was, a matter of fact, after we recorded the first album for Snuffy, the label that we recorded it for, Casablanca West, went out of business. And so we had to find another label to release our album on. And so just a few months later, after it had been pitched to several other big labels, and we had no luck at all, then eventually Clint Eastwood heard it a few months later, and heard the whole album, and Oklahoma in particular, when Snuff played it for him in his car, I believe, and decided to put it in the soundtrack movie, and they decided to go ahead and, I think they revived an old label, I think it was an old label of Snuffy's called Viva. So Snuff and Clint own Viva Records, and we record for them.
Okay, and is that song, Oklahoma, is that the biggest hit you two have had together yet? Or?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we could ever top that one. I tell you what, Mark, it's, you know, Oklahomas just don't come along but once in a lifetime, I think. Well, I wouldn't even want to try. It was just such a special #1 song, I think. It was, you know, from the Academy of Country Music, it was the #1 song in 1981. So that, it just means so much to us, you know.
Alrighty. Now, of course, your mom is Dottie, right?
Uh-huh.
That must have been a big boost to your career and a big help getting you started having a famous mother like that.
Well, it was because, well, I grew up listening to music all my life and everything, just having the family involved in it so much, and with Mom traveling and everything, and singing country music. And I guess when I was 17, well, before that I never really showed much sign of interest in singing. But when I was 17, I decided to come to her and tell her I wanted to be a country music singer. So she said, you know, I told her that I'd like to join her show and sing harmony. And she gave me the job. So that was kind of my start. I thought that's kind of special to look back on.
That's great. Do you do any writing at all?
No, I don't. I sometimes have an idea or two here and there, and I never get myself settled down enough yet, you know, so far to actually work it out. But David writes quite a bit and everything, but I could probably take some good lessons from him.
Alrighty. Now, just for the interest of our listeners, this is away from the business a little bit, but when you get some free time, and I'm sure as busy as you are, that doesn't come up very often, but when you do, what do you like to do for hobbies and things like that?
Well, let's see, what do we do for... You're awfully right. I mean, I hate to sound like I have a one-track life, but I tell you right now I tell you what my life pretty well revolves around is the career, you know, doing touring and doing personal appearances. And also, we have a new daughter. She's 9 months old. Alan and I do. And so she pretty well takes up any free time that you might find, and we like to spend it with her.
Are you going to try to get her into music when she's old enough, or?
I hope so. Let me tell you, if she shows any interest, I don't care what age. I hope it's the sooner the better. I'm certainly going to encourage her. I think you can't start young enough. I think I got probably kind of a late start as compared to a lot of artists, you know, who grow up picking and singing and everything. But I certainly want to encourage her. Maybe by the time she's 3, she can join our show and play rhythm guitar. I don't know.
All right, so that'd certainly be a novelty, anyway.
Yeah. She's on the stage tonight. Once in a while, I see our babysitter. She travels with us on the road and everything. And we were out on stage here at Gilly's. Here at the Crossing with Mickey Gilly, and Tess came walking out on stage, well, with a little bit of help, with a Gilly's T-shirt on.
What's it like working with Mickey?
Oh, it's wonderful. They're so easy, and they're to work with. They're friendly guys. Their whole band is super. And of course, he draws. You can tell he draws very friendly people, and a lot of them too. We've had, I think we've had packed houses. We've been here. This is our 3rd night, and it's just tremendous. Matter of fact, David and I. Now, this is our first solo performance because, David had a solo album out last year, and 2 big hits off of it. Matter of fact, and we just now recorded one that's coming out this month. And we have the new single is called Jose Cuervo. I don't know if you've heard it yet.
No, not yet.
Well, it's been out, I think it's been out about 3 weeks. I hope you hear it pretty soon. But anyway, so this is our first solo performance. What David and I have done is split up our band and add some guys to it and make 2 bands out of it. So that once in a while we can branch out and we do a solo show here or there. But when we work together, we still, do a lot of duet shows.
Are you going to be coming out with an album with just you?
That's right. It's called West by West. It'll be out February 23rd.
All right.
That's what we're doing here. It's kind of, giving the folks a sneak preview, doing a few songs off the new album.
That sounds good. What do you think about the country music scene right now? Because it has changed quite a bit from back 10 years ago when it was mostly the steel guitar and the basic country, and now it's a lot of the artists are crossing over onto the pop charts with some of the songs, and the tempo is a lot faster. Do you like that, or what do you think about the music scene right now?
Well, I tell you what I like about it is that you seem to have more freedom, and any time that you can do anything that gives you a little more room to breathe, it's nice. I feel like we have a lot of musical tastes out in the audience, and that they, or rather that they can enjoy a variety of music. Each person, they don't have to. I don't feel like country fans are limited, in their taste. I think they've proved that with exception like Crystal Gayle, Kenny Rogers, and some of them that everybody likes. I think it's great.
Alrighty. Well, one final question here, and I'll let you go. What do you see in the future now for yourself, Shelly Weston and David?
Well, I tell you what we want to do is, or what we hope to continue to do is make 1983 a big year for us, not only duet-wise but also individually. With the release of my first single, I think we've got a pretty good shot at it. And we're going to continue to, work together. But the duet thing is really special to us. We want to keep it that way. So we'll always do that, keep that in mind. And maybe we'll be doing some more TV later on this year and stuff. But mainly we just want to, what my goal is this year is kind of to develop the road show to its potential.
Okay, well, sounds good. And Shelly, thanks for taking some time out with us today in your busy schedule.
Oh, you bet.
Huh?
You bet.
Oh, okay, and lots of luck to you in the future.
Okay, nice talking with you.
Okay, bye-bye.